We are discussing periodic motion means the motion in which it repeats regular intervals of time. The motion which repeats at regular intervals of time. Repeats at regular intervals. Motion repeats at regular intervals of time is called as periodic motion. What is oscillatory motion, beta? If the body when it has to be periodic. The periodic motion in which body moves to and fro about its mean position, to and fro about a fixed point we can write on mean position, fixed point. This is called as oscillatory motion and it's a periodic motion. It has to be periodic. It has to be periodic. So periodic motion means it has to repeat in regular intervals of time. Motion has to repeat in regular intervals of time. Oscillatory motion. What is oscillatory motion? Oscillatory motion is nothing but the periodic motion in which body moves to and fro about fixed point. So here the important conclusion is all periodic motions periodic motions may not be oscillatory, but but all oscillatory motions, if you observe, all oscillatory motions are periodic. All oscillatory motions are periodic. Like that, we can conclude here. So, this is one important conclusion. All periodic motions may not be oscillatory, but all oscillatory motions are periodic. Here, let us see some examples of oscillatory motion first, which are periodic. Oscillatory motion, which are periodic. So now here first one we can write pendulum, swinging pendulum. You know the pendulum from school onwards. You have these concepts of pendulum oscillations. So swinging pendulum. So when a pendulum is swinging, we can write like that. And second one we can write about that is a string, vibrations of string in a guitar. So vibrations of string in a guitar. Vibrations of strings in guitar, we can say. Like that, so many examples we can give for oscillatory motion. That is, they are periodic as well as oscillatory. Now, secondary, periodic motion which are not oscillatory. Periodic but not oscillatory. So periodic but not oscillatory, very straightforward, simple example I can take. That is uniform circular motion. So uniform circular motion means it is repeating in periodically it is repeating in regular intervals of time. It is repeating its motion. It is called as periodic. But here it is not oscillator, is not moving to and fro. So even we can write orbital motion of planets. Orbital motion of planets in the solar system. Like that also I can write. In this way also. So I hope you are clear with this one. Periodic but not oscillatory. Very easy to understand and analyze. It's just a basic introduction to the topic. My main target is about SHM, simple harmonic motion. That's my main target. Let us enter into my main target. My main target is SHM. SHM is simple harmonic motion. It's a very simple thing, beta. As the name concerned, it's a very simple. What does it says? Simple harmonic motion says that the body has to be, first of all, it has to have a periodic motion. It has to be periodic. Then first point, it has to be periodic. Second point, it has to be to and fro about mean position. It has to move to and fro about mean position. It has to oscillatory motion is there, to and fro about mean position. It has to make the motion. So you can write periodic and is a periodic. So the condition satisfied. The third condition is here, acceleration is directly proportional to displacement but opposite in direction. Very important to be noted. Here they are telling that acceleration and displacement. Here A is acceleration, Y is called as displacement. How they are connected to each other means they are connected in such a way that they are directly proportional, but negative sign indicates A and Y are opposite. A and Y are in opposite directions. In opposite directions. Yeah, these are the main conditions to be noted. Acceleration and displacement both are directly proportional and they are in opposite direction. And always this motion is directed towards the mean position. Directed towards the mean position. Directed towards mean position. Mean position, what is mean position? So what do you mean by mean position? The question arises. Okay, from that time onwards, Sir is telling mean position, mean position. What is mean position? So here the mean position is nothing but the body when left free, the where it comes to rest, finally that point is called as mean position, or it is a equilibrium position where the body comes, that is called as mean position. So okay, finally we got the simple harmonic motion. Means simple harmonic motion, what are the main points? First one, periodic. Second one, to and fro about the mean position. Third one, acceleration directly proportional displacement but opposite direction. And always it has to be directed towards the mean position. These are the main points in this concept beta. Now let us check it out here. We just now told that acceleration is directly proportional to displacement but opposite direction. That is the A is proportional to minus Y. To remove the proportionality symbol, I am using a constant here. By removing that one, I can have to take constant. That K is called proportionality constant. And I can write the formula like this. This is the A is equal to minus KY. Now, actually, to analyze this one, how to, that means be clear with this simple harmonic motion. Simple harmonic motion means, so we need to take one example of taking the reference circle, and we can explain the simple harmonic motion in detail by taking the help of the reference circle. What is the reference circle and everything we'll see here. So what are the examples of first simple? This is SHM examples. What are the examples? Examples means what I can take here, beta. Oscillations of loaded spring. Basic examples I'm writing. Oscillations of loaded spring is also example. We can take the second one. I can write oscillations of a floating object. Oscillations of floating object. So like that I can discuss these things. Now, actually here, one more important thing is here, we also have angular simple SHM. What is this angular simple SHM? Angular SHM. Simple harmonic motion. So angular SHM means here nothing but angular SHM. We can take one example. I will explain with an example saying that oscillations of a balance wheel in a watch. One example, oscillations of Oscillations of a balance wheel. If you observe in the watch, you will find a balance wheel. Then that oscillations we will consider as angular SHM wheel in a watch. We can take the example for angular SHM wheel in a watch. We can take here. Okay, beta. Next, one more example. I am taking that oscillations of torsional pendulum. Oscillations of torsional pendulum. Oscillations of torsional pendulum. Torsional pendulum. These things will be making angular, making with respect to angle. We'll discuss the SHM. We'll see those examples at the ending of the topic. You will get idea about this torsional pendulum and everything in detail. So our target is, first of all, by taking the help of one reference circle and discussing the concept here. Let me take here. So simple harmonic motion I am discussing, SHM and uniform circular motion. SHM and uniform circular motion. So uniform circular motion and SHM, how to explain these two? We are going to check it out now. For that, I am taking the help of one reference circle. One circle I have taken here. So here you observe carefully. This is the x-axis and this is the x dash. I can write this is x and this is x dash. And this is a y and I can write this as y dash. I can write like that. Now, what happened means particle is moving along the circle like that. Particle starts from, suppose this point. Let me take, this is center as O. And particle is starting for me at this point here on the x-axis. Here it is starting and it is moving along the circle. It's moving along the circle. It's moving like that along the circle. Round it's making. From here going up. From here this position to y. And again this position to. Again we are coming back to here x dash to y dash to x. Like that is making. Okay, beta. I hope you are clear how it is making. Let me write here x and x dash and y dash are also close to this diameter points. That is what we can write here. Let me write x. Here let me write it as x dash and here let me write as y and here let me write as y dash. Okay, beta. Now the particle from this position, as going along the circle, it traveled to one point. Let me take. How it is going, beta? It is going in anti-clockwise or clockwise? Anti-clockwise it is going. So let me take the particle. We are making it to travel in anti-clockwise and here it makes an angle theta here. Here it makes an angle theta. So now this is the reference circle and O is the center of the reference circle. O is called center of the reference circle. Here XO X dash and YO Y dash are mutually perpendicular diameters of the circle. Mutually perpendicular diameters of the circle. This is the angular displacement. That means the particle from here to here it travel. The angular displacement it made from here to here is theta. The angle that only we are calling it as angular displacement. Now we use the term in the question, that means in the starting heading, uniform circular motion. Uniform circular motion means we have to say angular velocity is constant. Angular velocity omega is constant. Omega is, what is omega, beta? Uniform angular velocity they are telling. Omega is called as, I can write it as angular velocity. Angular velocity. So here omega must be constant here. Omega must be constant. Actually, what the definition of omega means? We know that omega equal to theta by t, and we can write theta also as omega t. Theta also as omega t. Now, omega is angular velocity. Uniform circular motion. Uniform means omega is constant. So omega constant means this theta I can write as omega t. Yes, omega is rate of angular displacement. Angular velocity is rate of angular displacement. So from here to here it travel and theta is angular displacement. I hope here till here it is clear. We have taken two diameters XO X dash xo x dash and yo y dash, these two are mutually perpendicular to each other. Particle is moving along the circle. Particle is moving along the circle. And suppose your particle started from x and reached to the point here. Let me call this point as P. This point as P. So the particle traveled along the circle and reached to the point P. And let me take, there is a term N. N. N is nothing but foot of the perpendicular. Foot of the perpendicular. Dropped on y dash. N is the foot of the perpendicular. Observe carefully. This is a N. This N is foot of the perpendicular for the point at P. When the particle reaches to the point P, the foot of the perpendicular dropped on YO dash is called as N. Is called as N. So now this N is not fixed when the point P is here. N perpendicular. N is always perpendicular to the point P. So this N is traveling along Y dash. So first it started from O. Observe carefully here, beta. Particle traveling from O to Y. Particle traveling from O to Y. That means the position point P. This point P is traveling from O to Y. This part, this is N. Let me call it as suppose projection. Projection of the particle. Projection of the particle traveling from O to Y. Let me give these things in detail in next page. I will draw the diagram again. You can check it out here. Step by step, let us go. Here, this is a O. And first particle is at this instant. This is first particle is initially at X. Now it is traveling towards Y. Let me take. The particle is P. P is traveling from where to where, beta? X to Y. X to Y. So P is traveling from X to Y. When P is traveling from X to Y, the point N is foot of the perpendicular, drop it to the Y dash, that's the foot of the perpendicular. So simultaneously it will be traveling here. So particle traveling from X to Y along the circumference from X to Y. The foot of the perpendicular travels from O to Y. Foot of the perpendicular travels from O to Y. O to Y. Take care here, beta. They're very important here. Next, let me observe here. Particle P is traveling now from Y to X dash. Y to X dash. This is the position of X dash. Observe. Particle traveling from Y to X dash. So this foot of the perpendicular or projection of the particle travel from Y to O. Projection of the particle means N and particle means P. P is traveling from Y to X dash. Projection of the particle travels from Y to O. So now particle is traveling along the circle from Y to here X dash. And what happened to the projection of the particle? Projection of the particle travel along Y to O. You observe the beauty here. The particle is traveling along the circle like that. Projection of the particle is traveling along the diameter. It travels first from where to where? Particle reaches to X to Y. Projection travels from O to Y. Particle reaches from Y to X dash. Projection reaches from Y to O. Projection reaches from Y to O. Now particle reaching from X dash to Y dash. Projection reaching from O to Y dash. Again particle reaching from Y dash to X dash, Y dash to X. Projection travels from Y dash to O. So like that it is traveling here. Let us see here. Now particle, next step, particle is traveling from where to where, beta? Particle, let me take the particle P. It is traveling from, already it is X dash, X dash to Y dash along the circumference. X dash to Y dash along the circumference. And what about the projection? Projection is traveling from, so projection where it travels, already it is at O, already it reached in previous case O to Y dash, down. So let me write here, O to Y dash. Last step, observe carefully here. Now particle is, where is the position of particle? Already it reached the y dash. Now particle travels from y dash to x. Y dash to x. Projection travels from y dash to O. Projection of the particle travels from y dash to O. Particle along the circle. Projection along the diameter. So particle is traveling from where to where, beta? Y dash to x. Y dash to x. But projection is traveling from y dash to O. Y dash to O. Here you have to observe the beauty in this topic that by the time the particle is completing one circle like that, particle is completing one circle, projection of the particle starting from O, it went to Y, again it came back to O, again it went to Y dash, and again it came back to O. It is making one oscillation along the diameter Y dash. Particle is making one circle along the circumference, and projection of the particle starting from O, it reached to Y, Y to O to Y dash to O. It is making one oscillation. So oscillation means where to where? O to Y to O to Y dash to O. Here O is called mean position. Y is called extreme position. Y dash is called under extreme position. Now we travel mean from where to where? Mean to extreme. What is extreme? The maximum displacement where the body can travel from mean position, that is called extreme position. So there is a maximum displacement, it can travel till here only. Projection can travel from O to Y. Maximum from O to Y. So Y is extreme, O is mean. Again, it also can travel to another extreme, Y dash. So mean position, extreme position, another extreme. One oscillation means mean to extreme, extreme to mean to another extreme to mean is called one oscillation. So the particle completes one circle along the circumference and projection of the particle making one oscillation. Projection of the particle makes one oscillation. I hope you are clear with this reference circle, the base idea about reference circle. Now, let us check it out now. Let us enter into the main parts here. I have taken one reference circle here and observe carefully here. First I am making this one, this point I told theta. Already I wrote theta is omega t in my first page itself. I given this information, and this point I named as P, this point as O, and this is X, and this is X dash. Here I wrote it as X dash. Here I wrote as Y. Here I wrote as Y dash, and this one I wrote as N. Clearly you can observe one thing. If this angle is theta, this angle is theta, this angle is also theta, this angle is also theta. Here I can write because opposite angles are equal. So you observe the particle travel from, suppose the particle travel from the point O to point P. Projection travel from O to N. Projection travel from O to N. So where it travel, beta? O to N. So particle, check clearly here. Particle is traveling from O to P. Projection traveling from O to N. Let me call O to N displacement along y-axis. Let me put it as small y, small y. So now what I have kept here, O to N displacement is taken as small y. Particle travel from O to P. Projection travel from O to N. Our concept is about projection only because projection is making oscillation, not particle. Particle is periodic but not oscillatory. Projection is periodic as well as to and fro. So we call this as, this will provide for us as such a motion. So my target is about projection. Particle when reach from X to P, what happened here? Projection, it travel from where to where? Projection travel from O to N. O to N. Displacement is Y. Now observe carefully here. Only the triangle you observe. Only the triangle here. What is the triangle? O, P and N. O, P and N. Here this is the triangle, this is the theta. Theta is equal to, I can write omega t, and this is nothing but y. And remember, the maximum displacement from mean position is called amplitude. This is the mean position, extreme. Mean to extreme is called amplitude. The displacement from maximum displacement from mean position is called amplitude. This is the mean point, extreme point. Mean to extreme is nothing but radius. Radius, we can also call it as radius here. The radius is amplitude. Here O to P is also radius. O to P, O to capital Y is also radius. O to P is also radius. So O to Y, mean O is mean, Y is extreme. O to Y, mean to extreme, maximum displacement is called amplitude. So O to P is also is called as amplitude. So let me put the amplitude as A. I am writing amplitude as A. A is amplitude, maximum displacement from mean position. That is displacement from mean to extreme is called amplitude. So now here I am calling this one as A. From the diagram I can write sine theta is equal to, I can write y by A. Here theta is, as theta is equal to omega t, I can write sine omega t is equal to, I can write as y by A. From here clearly I can write y equal to a sine omega t. Y is equal to a sine omega t. This is the expression what we noticed. Y is equal to a sine omega t. So in this expression, we have two things, beta. So what is the discussion about mean and extreme? Mean and extreme conditions. Mean is nothing but displacement must be zero. Mean means initial starting mean position. If you observe the circle there, what is mean position? Starting position. This is the starting position, zero. And this is the extreme position. So extreme position, mean to extreme position, what is the displacement? Amplitude. O to Y is called as amplitude. So that now I can write extreme position means I can write it as y is equal to a. So remember, this is the equation what we got here for displacement. Displacement is nothing but displacement of projection. Projection of particle. Y is a sine omega t. So here mean position means y equal to 0. Extreme position means y is equal to a. Like that we have to remember. First we got displacement. Next, we have to discuss further about velocity. Velocity. So when we want to discuss about velocity means velocity is nothing but differentiation of displacement with respect to time. There's nothing but d by dt of y. What is y beta? A sine omega t. Just now we wrote it as y is equal to, just now we proved a sine omega t. So now d by dt into a sine omega t. So V is equal to, I can write A by D by dt of A by dt by dt of sine omega t, sine omega t. So V is equal to, what is differentiation of sine omega t? I know differentiation of sine omega t with respect to t means I can write it as omega into cos omega t. So this is the expression what I got for velocity. Remember beta, d by dt of sine omega t. What is d by dt of sine omega t means? First we have to write it as cos omega t. And here inside we have omega is constant here because we are differentiating with respect to time. So omega into cos omega t. So what is differentiation of sine omega t? It is omega into cos omega t. Sine omega t means omega into cos omega t. This is the formula for velocity, a omega into cos omega t. Let us see here. Now we discussed about velocity as a omega into cos omega t. Our next target is about how to get the expression for velocity without cos or sine functions. Just now we derived V is equal to a omega cos omega. But we know that is sine square omega t plus cos square omega t, we can write as 1. So cos omega t we can write. This is from trigonometry equations. You know this one very well. Sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. From that I have written like that. Now already I know that. I know that sin omega t is nothing but y by a. So now sin omega t is y by a means what should I write? Cos omega t is equal to square root of 1 minus y square by a square. So this one further I simplify, I can write a square minus y square whole square root of a square is nothing but a. Square root of a square is nothing but a. Now, if we observe this expression from here, what should I write? V is equal to a omega into cos omega t. Cos omega t is square root of a square minus y square by a. A will be cancelled now. A will be cancelled. So A is cancelled means what we can write further now? V is equal to omega into a square minus y square. So this is the velocity expression what we got. So what is the velocity expression we noticed here? V is equal to omega into a square minus y square. I hope it is clear now. So what are the velocity expressions? First I got V is equal to a omega into cos omega t. And this one only we can write it as V is equal to omega into square root of a square minus y square. These are the two forms of velocity here. So now mean position and extreme position. I want two things, mean and extreme positions. Mean position means what I know. Mean position is nothing but y is equal to 0. Extreme position is nothing but y equal to a. Substitute here. So we'll get here whenever we substitute y equal to 0 here, y equal to 0 here, we will get maximum, maximum value, because subtracting term became 0. Subtracting term became 0 means it is maximum. Here y equal to a substituted. So a square minus a square will become 0. So it will become minimum value. And minimum value is here 0. So at mean position, the displacement is maximum at mean position. Displacement is maximum velocity. Velocity is maximum at mean position. Displacement minimum. Displacement minimum. Velocity maximum. Here displacement maximum at extreme position means, and this is minimum. Like that we can explain displacement, velocity, and all these things better related to here. In our next session, I will discuss about acceleration and how to apply the things in my next class. Thank you, everyone.